Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy GG, aka Gert Gaming, and today we are in the final stretch of our build videos. This is the first build for the hunter that we will be doing. It is Arc, so we will go ahead and hop in here and just kind of go over everything. So starting off, we have our Arc Strider. We are using Gathering Storm. That's where you hurl the staff onto the ground. I've got Gambler's Dodge. It recharges your melee ability whenever you dodge near enemies. Triple Jump. Combination Blow, I think, is much better than Disorienting Blow, and it goes in with the exotic we're using today. And then I have Flux Grenade, which honestly should probably be Pulse. We're going to go with Pulse. Our first aspect, we have Flow State. So defeating a jolted target makes us amplified. While we're amplified, our dodge recharges more quickly. You are more resilient while dodging, and your reload speed is greatly increased. So that kind of adds a real fast-paced movement to the game, and we're already playing on Hunter, so it works even better. Then our second aspect, we have Lethal Current. After dodging, our next melee attack has increased lunge range, jolts the target, and creates a damaging aftershock. Damaging any jolted target with melee attacks also blinds them. So basically we're going to dodge and then buff our first melee hit, and then our second melee hit will be buffed by our exotic, which we'll get to in a minute. For our 4 fragments, we have Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, we are more resistant to incoming damage. We get a passive 10 resilience. That helps out. You're a hunter, so unless you specifically go into 100 resilience, which I'm pretty sure we have for this one, you can be kind of squishy. Spark of Shock, our arc grenades jolt targets, and that takes away 10 discipline. Spark of Magnitude, lingering arc grenades, so lightning, pulse, and storm have extended duration. And Arc of Discharge, Arc Weapon Final Blows have a chance to create Ionic Trace. This comes in handy a lot, and you'll see it works really well with one of the guns we're going to be using today, but it also does take away 10 strength, so you'll have to do that. You'll have to deal with that, how you see fit. So now we're going to go into our armor. So we're almost at 100 resilience. We're at tier 9. My stats on my hunter are pretty boo-boo right now just because I haven't played him once this season, so your stats will probably look different. I'm going to say you go resilience and recovery, or resilience and strength would be probably the best way with the arc subclass on the hunter. But we've got a resilience mod, and we have 2 ashes to assets. We're going to gain super energy on grenade kills, even though it's not grenade centered. We will have a good amount of them just from Ionic Traces and Wells. So yeah, our exotic is Liar's Handshake. Using our arc melee ability or being hit by a melee attack will allow you to follow up with an extremely powerful melee counter punch that will heal you, keeps you alive. It's very good. There are some builds out there where you hit a champion twice with your melee and it's dead. We're not going that crazy with it, but that is possible, and you will be doing high melee damage for a hunter. Here we've got a minor resilience mod, so if you buff that one up, you would have 100 resilience. We have overload rounds for SMG, because as you know, I take these into Legend Lost Sectors solo and show you how they hold up in a little bit higher end PvP content. We've got Impact Induction, causing damage with a melee attack reduces our grenade cooldown, and we have Melee Wellmaker, so our melee final blows spawn Arc Elemental Wells. We come to our chest, Resilience mod, Energy Fusion Substrate, Concussive Dampener, and Font of Might, so that when we pick up Arc Elemental Wells, it will buff our Arc Weapon, which is what we are using to create Ionic Traces, which give us ability energy. Come to our resilience mod, or our legs. We have a resilience mod. We have submachine gun holster. We have a mobile retrofit, just because I didn't really have anything else I really wanted to put in here. And we have elemental armaments. So our weapon final blows with arc weapons have a chance of creating arc wells. We come here to resilience mod. We have low entropy superconductor. So arc melee abilities are going to stun unstoppable champions. We have utility kickstart, and we took off So this was because I was trying to do a little throw elemental time dilation in there instead of that high energy power. Just seeing if there's anything. We'll leave utility kickstart there. Okay, so that's all of our armor mods. We are using Wither Horde as our grenade launcher. Earlier I was using the seasonal mod that makes grenade launchers unstoppable, but then I realized it costs 7 compared to superconductor, which costs 1, and I took that off and it allowed us to put impact induction on there and melee wellmaker. But Wither Horde's still really good, does great damage. For our secondary, we are using the Ikelos SMG with Volt Shot. It's an arc weapon, it's going to make wells, it's going to get buffed from the wells, and the Volt Shot is really good for clearing ads. And then we also have our hothead here. I want to say there's void shields in here, and I also want to say that I literally had no problem dealing with them without using a void weapon. So take that with a grain of salt. I actually had just ran this on Legend before we did our Void Warlock build earlier today. So I saw I'd already done it on my Hunter and went and ran it on Legend, and it went pretty smoothly. I don't remember my time, but I think I died maybe once. So it is very doable without that even. That just goes to show, what things like Volt Shot and Wither Horde and, massively buffed melees can do. You do enough burst damage and the shield kind of goes away regardless of what kind of shield it is. So we will drive over to the Lost Sector, and we will start it, and you guys can get a look at how the build operates. It's because I haven't drank enough Dubby. From the blue raspberry flavor. It's one of the newest flavors, and it is, in my opinion, one of the tastiest flavors. Wesson, stop, dude. Licking my elbow. It's a crime in some countries, man. God, this chair is rickety. It's not even that old. Alright, so here we are. Aphelian's Rest. As you can see, we have Void Shields, Stasis Burn, Overload, and Unstoppable. And it is at 1580. We are at 1590. So, let's give it a go. Over here, big fella. I always forget that the hothead that's on my Hunter has lasting impressions instead of explosive light, because I've got like 5 hotheads. So it always fucking bewilders me when I don't see an explosion. And just like that, we hop on out. Boom, there we go. We'll win this fight. Oh, they're done for. There you go. Look at that. 5-minute clear, guys. I would say that is pretty good for arc build that was just kind of thrown together around one exotic, and then you go in and, especially with not being at 100 resilience, not having dual hundreds, not having, you know, maxed out strength or discipline, I'd say that's pretty damn good. But you guys know the drill. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the builds. Let me know if you've used any of them or used parts of them, and I will catch you guys on the